Our last Canberra attraction today is the newly refurbished Questacon, loaded with free games and activities to explain science to kids and adults.
So Questacon is an interactive hands-on science centre. We have 7 galleries with over 200 exhibits, and each one is a hands-on experience that will teach you something different about science. It's a centre for all ages. We try and cater to everyone. So our Mini Q gallery is for kids under 6, but we've also got plenty of things that will attract adults and older children as well.
This is such a fun place. Stands full of eager science buffs. Among them, our very own Ria Granger.
This place is enough to leave your hair standing on end. I'd better take care or I'll have to survive an earthquake. Worse still would be the guillotine. Then it's on to curveball. Alison's on one end, me on the other. We're off for a high-speed spin, at which point we have to pass a ball. Ali, this seems like a great fun game, but what's the science behind it?
So the science is we're throwing and catching balls but spinning around at the same time. You actually have to use your brain, work out where the person's going to be so that they're able to catch the ball. If I throw in a straight line, then it looks like it's curving away from us.
So the faster it goes, the further to the left you have to throw?
Definitely, and the more it'll actually visually look like the ball is curving away from you as well.
When I think of science, I don't think of anything that's this interactive and fun.
Well, that's what Questacon is all about. It's about really giving you a physical experience of science and getting you to think about things in your everyday life.
Another challenge is this, the free fall, a dead straight drop onto a giant slippery slide. Ali, this looks like one of the more extreme things to do at the museum.
It definitely is the most extreme thing you can do at Questacon. It's also our most popular exhibit. So this is free fall. It's a 6.7 metre drop that turns into a massive slide.
Wow,
so,
where's the science in that?
It's to give you a couple of things. We talk about the science of fear, so the psychology of what happens to your body when you're full of adrenaline. Your palms get sweaty, your heart beats faster, you start to feel a bit dizzy. Also the feeling of weightlessness and a gravity drop.
All right, Ali, here we are at the top.
Yep.
Tell me how it's done.
Okay, so it's a very simple process. We sit on the ledge, hold on to the bar. As you can see there, it tells us it's 6.7 metres. And Tony here will help us out.
Woo! Go, Ali! Then it's my turn. Next on the agenda, a man-made lightning show, the Tesla coil. Tell me, how is the lightning produced in this cage?
Okay, so what this actually is, it's a really big thing called a Tesla coil, and it will create a charge, so about 3.5 million volts.
Wow.
And that is enough to cause plasma to form in the air, which is how lightning happens. So what you'll see is you'll just see a big discharge of lightning that'll go for about 10 to 15 seconds, make lots of noise, make lots of light, be very exciting, and yeah, then it will have to recharge again.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is a small scale of what's actually happening outside.
Yeah, very, very small scale. Still pretty exciting and about as big as what we can get in Questacon.
One final visual treat at Questacon, an optical illusion that really brings us down in size.
Okay, so this is the room that plays with your perspective. So you look really big on a flat screen and I look really small on a flat screen when we're actually more or less the same size.
So if we swap over, I'm looking pretty small now.
Yeah, if you look on the screen, I'm about twice your size, which is great.
Ali, does the perception that we get come from the colours and shapes on the wall?
It comes from a couple of things. You can see in this room that wall is painted on a slope. So when it comes up on our screen, it actually looks like a flat square room. Our flooring is sloped as well and it goes backwards. So you're standing downhill and further away from the camera than I am. And that's what's going to mess with our perspective.
So is this a trick that people use in films to make some people look big and other people look small?
Absolutely. If you've ever seen movies like the old Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, which I love, they use that kind of effect in that.
So what you're trying to say is I look like an Oompa Loompa right now?
Yeah, or a hobbit. They also use it in Lord of the Rings.